Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa, if you are new here. Today we're going to be talking about the Dougherty dozen, Bio Mom and Anora, Radiant Britt, That Challenge Podcast, Brandy, all the people involved in this disaster that has been created on YouTube. Some more stuff happened with Shauna, the Bio Mom, and I kind of wanted to give my opinion and some thoughts on the situation since new things happened since the last video I made. I know that I've been talking to you guys on my community tab, which I love doing, by the way. I know I write a lot on my community tab, but that's my way of interacting with you guys and being on my channel when I can't upload. Okay, so quick recap. Brandy and Britt. Okay, actually, even before Radiant Britt, there was some buzz around subscribers contacting bio parents, okay, of the Dougherty dozen kinship kids, N and D. Please don't use their names. Everybody's trying not to use their names to keep their privacy, so just initials. N and D are in Alicia's household as a kinship, and that means Alicia's taking over them for a friend, and she's friends with Shauna, the kinship's mother. So there were rumblings, and everybody's talking about subscribers and creators contacting bio parents, okay? As soon as I heard that, I spoke up about it, and I was like, this is a disaster waiting to happen. Nobody said anything, okay? Nobody said a word or thought it was weird. Nobody called it out. You know, a lot of creators in the Antimommy Vlogger community spent a lot of time over these last months sticking their head in the sand when a lot of problematic stuff was happening. And I really hope this situation is a learning lesson to speak up as soon, like the second you see a red flag or something not right, speak up, guys. You got to, because this is what happens when you stick your head in the sand and you act like it's not happening. So Onora and DCP were contacting the bio dad, okay? Now they're all claiming at this point the kinship kids need to get out of Alicia's house. They're being exploited. People are contacting the bio parents knowing that those are the two children in the house that is not permanent. That is why everyone's focused on them, okay? The other kids are adopted or bio kids. But before this all happened, DCP and some other subscribers were talking about contacting the bio parents of the other children as well, the adopted children, because Josh wanted their bio parents to know that Alicia was exploiting them. I know there was some confusion about that, but now the focus has become about the kinship kids. So people in their crazy heads are like, this is not permanent. We can do something to get Alicia and quote unquote save these children. We're going to get involved in the kinship arrangement. Yeah, because that is what you're supposed to do when you're a commentary channel. Get involved in personal business. And if you think about it, it's really sad that the two kids in the house that aren't in a permanent situation, they're the ones under attack. You know, like they already have to adjust there and live there knowing that it's not permanent and they might be leaving and going somewhere else at some point. But you guys also have to like make it worse by, you know, letting them see like, hey, you guys aren't permanent. We can get you ripped out of here if we want to because we hate Alicia. It's just gross. It's a mess, you guys. We all know. You've been following it with me. The whole thing is a mess. The bio dad was contacting Onora and Josh, and they were claiming that they were going to help the bio dad get a lawyer, okay? They want to kind of push this under the rug because it actually came out that the bio dad was allegedly just not a very good guy. They were going to help him get a lawyer to get his kids back. This is why you don't meddle in stuff like this. You have no idea why these kids are not with their parents. You don't know the whole story. And again, like I've been saying since the beginning, it could be dangerous to involve parents that are not in these children's lives because it's for a reason. So once that kind of fizzled out, the bio mom, everybody realized, oh, let's contact bio mom. So Radiant Britt comes out with a video sharing a Facebook post from Shauna, the bio mom, who is now a public figure on Onora's channel and uses her full name, shows her face. That's why I feel comfortable saying her name. But at the point Radiant Britt did her video, Shauna was just a Facebook person. She wasn't on YouTube. She wasn't a public figure. She made a post to her friends. And she had it set to friends and family. And this post was vague, okay? It was a vague post saying, I hope N goes to a new home that's better for her and she thrives better. And I really wish the best for her and blah, blah, blah. So Britt takes it upon herself to show everyone this Facebook post, okay? Claiming she has a quote-unquote source. In my conspiracy and opinion, I think Britt got it directly from Biomom, and I don't think she wants to admit that she did that because she likes to say that she doesn't insert herself into things. But that's just my conspiracy. I don't have proof of that. It's just an opinion. Britt shares this post on fucking YouTube, okay? And this is what caused this entire shitstorm because of Radiant Britt. And she has yet to take accountability for this, okay? She shares the post and pretty much tells all of YouTube that the bio mom is posting about N and that N is no longer going to be living in Alicia's house. Now, we all had an issue with that. One, because at the time, bio mom was not a public figure. And she shared her Facebook without her permission, okay? And two, she was sharing personal, private information about N, one of the Kinship children, to her entire YouTube channel. When her whole channel is pretty much preaching that people do not exploit children, that people do not use children for their own gain and agendas and to make money. She says that Alicia exploits her children. If you follow Britt, you know she's very vocal about how much she does not like Alicia for oversharing. And here we have Britt telling everyone about N's living situation and how N is no longer going to be living with Alicia. Britt somehow thinks it was okay to share that because she literally refuses to take accountability for anything. She somehow doesn't see anything wrong with that. This is information that Alicia did not share with YouTube. So the Antimommy Vloggers are now sharing info that Alicia has not even shared. But somehow they're still blaming Alicia for it when it was the bio mom. It's crazy, you guys. So literally the day after Britt comes out with this video, crazy enough, bio mom starts showing up everywhere. On Reddit, she's making comments. All of a sudden, she's in Onora's chat. Josh is posting about her. Josh is saying he's talking to her. He's going to drop a video with information since he's talking to her on the phone. Onora has her in the chat, is talking to her. And I'm like, what is going on here? Like, it is crazy to me that people didn't see an issue with this. So Onora and Brandy go live and decide to tell everybody that N was away in hospital, okay? Away in the hospital, mental health crisis. Something real bad. So, and then also, Shauna, the mom, is leaking private text messages between her and her own daughter and giving them to the Dad Challenge podcast and Onora and Brandy. And we're all like sitting here like, what? And as she's doing this, she is claiming that Alicia is exploiting her children. The bio mom is literally saying she wants her children off of YouTube. She wants to keep their privacy. She is sick of their life being put online. Okay, fair enough. They're your kids. But it made no sense Because as she is claiming this and requesting it, and she's saying that Alicia is being negligent and her kids are scared of her, like she is saying all kinds of stuff. Saying that Ann is scared of Alicia. They need to get out of that house. And as she's doing this, she's literally blasting all of her children's personal business onto a hate channel that literally hates Alicia. The woman who has been caring for her children for over a year, you guys. Let's remember that Alicia has been caring for these kids for Shauna for over a year. It has been over a year and Shauna has still not met all the requirements to get her children back. And that is not bullying her. That is not saying anything, but that is a fact. So I just think it was very odd that Shauna chose Dougherty Dozen hate channels to use to help her. It made no sense to me. It especially made no sense to me because not only does Onora drag Alicia and say horrible things about Alicia, but Onora has also said really nasty things about Alicia's kids and Shauna's kids. I mean, she has talked about Ann's mental health, her looks, her breasts, her clothes, her body parts. So it's just very shocking to me that Shauna wants to hang out with and support and get help from people who have said horrible things about her and Alicia's kids.
Like, the flavor disappears, I haven't eaten at McDonald's in years. Oh, it's fantastic. I love it. Your poor kids are getting so fat because you won't stop feeding them all this bullshit. Your kids could lose weight if you stopped feeding them bullshit, but you refuse to do it because you want to make money off of it. So fuck you. It was recently when they were doing their fall pictures, he had fixed her bra strap or her shirt or something. First of all, she's not his daughter. He does not need to be touching her at all. And even if she was her daughter or his daughter, he still should be like, hey, fix your shirt or something, and still not be touching. I would still find it appropriate if my dad came over and fixed my bra. I'd be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Back the fuck off, dude. The other one I saw was they were in New York and they were taking pictures, and Josh had went around. He was standing behind J.A. and N. And then he moved J.A. around and moved N next to him. And he was kind of, doing that guy look over. Guys are like, they're so stupid. Like, dude, you really got to learn how to fucking not be so fucking obvious. Especially when there's a camera on you. Yeah, so he's taking a gander. Okay, now I'm going to say something that might make people mad, but this is coming from my own experience. So N is very well developed for her age. Now, when I was 16, I was pushing triple D. And if you're a woman, you know that's big. I am now pushing in an E. Yes, that does exist. And yes, I have to get my bras specially made. So anyways, by her age, I had a chest the size of hers. And she wears clothes that are very revealing, especially for a 14-year-old girl with a very well-developed chest. And I don't care how holy and morally correct you think you are, or how old the person is that you're looking at, anybody is going to look. Anybody. I would look because I'd be like, holy shit, that kid's got big old, or an adult. But it's something you notice. And instead of making it more noticeable by having the top part of your chest being shown, people are going to look. So for her age, she needs to be covered up. I'm always covered up. I have no reason to show my shit. 16, I basically had to learn to start covering myself up because I had older gentlemen constantly making comments or just staring. So when you have your
really creepy, Onora, that you're admitting to staring at children's breasts. That's really creepy, and it's not at all embarrassing for a teenager to see some psychotic lady on the internet talking about her boobs. Wow. And also, they're always trying to insinuate that Alicia's husband's some kind of weird pervert. Like, it's so messed up.
top of your chest showing, men are going to make comments. Men are going to stare. And especially now that she's all over the internet, she's got people saying shit about her. You know, both coitus wise. I hope Google coitus. I'm trying to use words that are not going to, you know, I can say all kinds of other shit, but I can't say certain words. You know, it's just, you need to, it needs to be covered. It really does. And when you have 1 million plus subscribers on YouTube, you have over 5 million on TikTok, and how many fucking people on Instagram, and you're showing this 14, she just turned 14. You're showing this 14-year-old girl's well-developed chest to the entire world, and she's being coitusized. And it needs to stop. So not only is Alicia a disgusting piece of white trash shit, I haven't learned how to blur in editing, so, you know, give me shit if you want for showing the kids' faces, but I'm kind of glad I'm going to do it, because the shit you're about to see is going to piss you off too. All they do is open presents. Well, one little boy, I'm not sure which one it is. One of them just opens a gift, throws it on the floor. Opens a gift, throws it on the floor. Opens a gift, throws it on the floor. No, thank you, thank you. Oh my God, this is so awesome. No, it's literally him just throwing it on the floor. Like, he doesn't give a shit. It's gross. Entitlement these kids have, that they are so used to getting shit that they just want to see what the next shit is. Good parenting, Mom. Time to get into her kids opening Christmas gifts, and all they do is yell, 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 driving me fucking crazy. I got a headache. Alicia doesn't go, hey kids, why don't you use your inside voice, okay? Because, you know, you're loud as fuck. But no, she continues to let these kids just use their outside voice, screaming, hooting, and hollering. And I don't know why. Half of them already know what they got for Christmas.
Okay, so I just wanted to show you a few examples, okay? All of Onora's videos are like this and have been like this since the start of her channel. This is the woman, one, who claims to care about children and want to fight exploitation, yet she gets on her channel and actually says horrible, inappropriate things about children. It makes no sense to me. Like, there's way more, but this video is already almost 20 minutes and I have more to talk about, so I can't spend forever showing clips of Onora, but there's plenty of examples in her videos of her saying disgusting stuff about the kids. So I'm very confused as to why Shauna, the bio mom, wants to align, support, and work with somebody who has said awful things about her children and other children. Okay? If Shauna really needed extra help, if she felt like she wasn't getting enough support, there are social workers, there are advocates, there are people and places that she can actually turn to get extra help and support and all of that in order to get her kids back, okay? The most that anyone on YouTube should be doing if they really want to help her is giving her resources to, in her area, to go get the help that she needs. Not putting on a show for YouTube. It does nothing to help her case. It does nothing except try to make Alicia look bad and hurt her children. And I'm not trying to bully this woman. I'm not trying to mom shame her. I'm really not. But I'm still confused as to how putting on this huge show for YouTube is helping her get her kids back. Okay? And now they've stepped it up. Okay? Shauna is now making videos for them to post on YouTube. Why does she have to show all of this on YouTube? I'm going to show you a clip really quick of what Onora thinks about Alicia oversharing on YouTube. Because she seems to think that Alicia is horrible for sharing these little bits of information, yet she has no problem with Shauna doing it. She has no problem with Shauna telling people her daughter's mental health. She has no problem with Shauna telling people what school district her kids may go to. She has no problem with Shauna and Brandy and herself blasting private text messages and information that her daughter shared with her in confidence. These women have no issue with that. Yet they sit up on their channel and say that they're going to stop Alicia because she does it. It's extremely hypocritical. And Onora, in her latest video, kind of defending herself, she pretty much acknowledged that it's okay to share all this stuff as long as it's exposing Alicia. So she gets to decide what's okay to share if it's for her cause of exploitation and coming for Alicia. It's okay to use other kids' situations and traumas to get what she wants and you like further her agenda. That's okay. Like it's crazy, you guys. Let's just take a quick look at what Onora thinks about oversharing.
The twins are in front of a wall and it's got a chain and it says...
Okay, first of all, what in the ever-living fuck is up with this masquerade nightmare vibe we got going on here? I swear this woman is so creepy.
They're not a normal family because they're waiting for their dad to get out of jail in 16 days. I thought that was one of the most disgusting things I have ever seen. I can't fathom what these kids are going to feel when they get old enough to understand what the fuck Alicia did to them. I understand they had a rough life. I understand that. She exploits every child for... I went through so many videos today and she talks about how one of the twins had 2nd and 3rd degree burns and all this. Why is she telling us this? I mean, we don't need to know any of their backstory.
Interesting. We also don't need to know the status of N's like mental health situation, but I guess it's okay because it makes Alicia look bad, right?
Just tell us they're adopted. Perfect. We get it. We don't need to know anything about these kids. And the fact that you went and talked about their dad getting out of jail, hashtag 2 dads are better than 1. Are you fucking kidding me, Alicia? I'm still livid. Every time I'm going in my computer, I got that little picture just sitting right there because, you know, I used it in a recent video and it just pisses me.
Wow. You guys, the hypocrisy that is going on right now after watching this video and, you know, seeing a ton of Onora's videos and how she feels about Alicia even sharing the smallest bit of information about these children, okay? She's mad at Alicia for sharing this stuff about the kids, but as we all saw, she went live with Brandy and told everybody that personal business about N. She is allowing Shauna to go on stream N and D's mom, and share all the personal business about the kinship court arrangement. She's letting Shauna spill private text messages between her and her kids. She's letting Shauna share on her channel what school district she's trying to have the kids go into. So why is it okay for all of them to do it? Why is Alicia a horrible parent and exploitative, but Shauna, Brandy, and Anora are not? And I am so tired of seeing them saying that Anora's not making money. That's not her choice. Onora was demonetized by YouTube for breaking terms of service. She still pushes her Cash App, PayPal, Make Me a Coffee, starting a Patreon. Now they're going to start a GoFundMe for Shauna. Brandy was just pushing her Cash App the other night to pay for her kids' medical bills. These people are pushing for donations constantly. So don't fall for the, I'm not monetized and making any money. It's bullshit. They still have not been able to give any actual legitimate answer as to why it's okay for all of them to do this, but not Alicia. And Anora actually uploaded a video today, and she kind of explained why it's okay for her to do what she's doing. So let's take a look at that. It's very interesting.
One day, we had an opportunity to expose Alicia for who she really is. Someone wanted to talk. Someone who knows Alicia personally. And I thought, this is it. We are finally going to show everybody who Alicia is. And that is where shit hit the fan. Now, I was aware that what I was going to put out there was not going to make people happy. Alicia Dougherty told her kinship placement child, N, that her mother was still doing drugs and not doing outpatient therapy. You blame me for exposing it rather than Alicia saying that to her father was a pedo. You are mad at me because I exposed it, but not mad at Alicia for saying that to Alicia. Tells Nev there are not enough foster homes, and the foster homes that she would go to, she would be sleeping on the floor. You are mad at me for exposing that, but not mad at Alicia for saying that. A young girl tried to harm.
Had to mute this part because she again says the bad situation that N was in publicly.
But it's my fault for exposing it, but not Alicia's fault for causing it. A young girl reached out to her mother for help. It is my fault for exposing it, but not Alicia's fault for having call her mother for help because she wasn't getting it from Alicia. A young girl was put in a mental health facility because Alicia put her there because of the stress that this young girl is going through. And it's my fault for exposing it, but not Alicia's fault for doing it. Not Alicia's fault for causing more trauma to her kinship placement children. Are you or are you not against child exploitation? I am curious. Because if you were, instead of coming after me, you would have taken what I have given you and you would have blown that up to get Alicia to stop exploiting her children. So far, you all are fucking enablers.
You guys, this is absolutely wild. Okay, first of all, I had to cut the girl's name out about 5 times. I also had to mute the part where Onora specifically tells everybody again these specific details of what N was dealing with her mental health that was given her to, information was given to her by her own mother to Onora. I had to cover that up. So in this video, Onora is pretty much explaining why it's okay to expose all of this business, all of this very personal business about children, why it's okay for her to do it. Okay? And the bottom line is, her justification is, she's stopping exploitation and exposing Alicia. So she's pretty much saying it's okay to use children and their mental health and personal business to stop Alicia and expose Alicia and stop exploitation. Yeah, guys, let me say that again. It's okay to use children to stop child exploitation. Onora just admitted it herself. In order to expose Alicia and destroy her, she is willing to cause more trauma and harm to kids by blasting their mental health crisis and personal business all over YouTube. As long as it stops Alicia, guys. As long as you are stopping the exploitation of children, you can use children to do it. This is just completely outrageous. I cannot believe that this woman and her community think that this is okay. If you think it's okay to use these children in order to stop and further your agenda and, continue your cause, you have lost the plot. You have went off the rails. If your entire mission is to help protect children's privacy and protect them online, and you feel like you need to expose children and blast their personal information in order to do that, there is something wrong there. Onora is very upset because she's saying instead of being upset with Alicia, you're upset with her. But she's obviously missing the point that people are allowed to be upset with Alicia and her. People who don't like Alicia, people who don't agree with Alicia, people who think Alicia exploits her children are still able to say, I don't agree with Alicia, but what you're doing is wrong too. Because two things can be wrong at the same time. Now, I don't agree with a lot of the things that people think Alicia is awful for, and I don't think a lot of them are true. That's just my opinion. But you can disagree with Alicia and also disagree with Onora's tactics. And a running theme in that community that has always annoyed me, that Josh has always pushed, and all of these people push, and it's very manipulative. It's, if you're not with us, you are for exploitation. If you are not with us and following and falling in line and doing everything we say to do and agreeing with everything that we're doing, that automatically means that you're against our cause. You're either with us, against us, or against us. And that is a very cult-like mentality. And a lot of these anti-communities are kind of like mini cults, which I'm going to do a whole video talking about anti-communities in general, because I've been in so many and the same thing happens in every single one. But this is crazy. Okay, so moving on. Now I'm going to talk more about Shauna the bio mom. Okay, so we already think it's very strange that Shauna is working with this very unhinged woman and her unhinged community in order to get her children back. And it makes no sense, because putting all these videos up on YouTube are not going to help her get her kids back. YouTube is not the judge. YouTube is not the courtroom. So a lot of us are very confused as to why she's putting on this huge show, okay, on Onora's channel. It makes no sense, because all she's doing is blasting her kids' personal information, potentially violating the restraining order that was rightfully put on her, I may add, okay? I will tell you, there are some things that I know behind the scenes, okay, about Shauna. And some of it I'm not allowed to spill, and I'm not allowed to say where I got it from. And it's not Alicia, but, other people do know the family and Shauna and the whole situation. And I will tell you that Shauna is not being honest about things. It's disgusting for Onora to say that Alicia caused the mental health crisis of N. I will tell you right now, that's not true. I have seen proof, okay? Cold, hard evidence that Alicia was not the cause of what happened to N, okay? Who is the one that is causing turmoil in her life right now? Okay? It's not Alicia. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm sure you guys can put it together. But I have seen things, and Alicia did not do this to N, okay? And them telling you that is a lie. So either Shauna is lying to them, or they're just lying for Shauna. And Shauna's lying about a lot of other things too, okay? From what I know and what I have heard, Shauna has been making these kids' lives a living hell. And anybody who is involved with them for a very long time, okay? And I don't want to mom shame Shauna, okay? This is not about her relapse. This is not about her screwing up. And I want to make that very clear. They all keep saying addiction happens. I know. I'm an addict. I'm a mother. I've dealt with addiction for a very long time. I empathize with people who suffer from addiction. I am not judgmental when people relapse. I am not judgmental for any of that stuff. I do not hold it against Shauna for relapsing. It's not about that. It's not about her losing her kids. It's not about mom shaming her. So I don't want to see any mom shaming in my comments about Shauna losing her kids and being a horrible mother or anything like that, okay? What we're going to stick to is Shauna's actions on YouTube. That is what I want to talk about here. Because if you actually watch Shauna's actions on YouTube, you can kind of get a sense of her intentions, what she's doing, and form an opinion on that since Shauna has decided to become a public figure. The fact that she was willing to go to a channel that hates Alicia, multiple channels, any channel she could, to spread this personal business about her daughter is very telling, okay? It should be more important to keep your daughter's confidence and privacy than to expose Alicia. And that is a running theme here that we all need to be aware of when watching the actions of these people in this situation, okay? When you are doing commentary, when you are doing anything in life and you're trying to help and you actually have good intentions, you sit back and you say, okay, is what I'm doing helping? Is the outcome, and is it going to hurt people more, or is it going to help? Like, if you are hurting somebody, your own children, in the process of doing what you think is right, is it really worth it in the end? Why is the most important thing to these people to expose Alicia and stop child exploitation? Why is that the first priority? The first priority should be to protect these children. Okay? If fighting your cause means not keeping these kids' privacy, potentially causing them more trauma and harming them, then your cause is bullshit. Then your cause should not be worth it to you. If your whole mission is to help kids, why would you be okay with hurting kids in the process? The greater good argument here falls flat. They have no greater good argument. I'm not going to accept that, because saying that it's all for the greater good of stopping child exploitation, but you're hurting the children you're claiming to save, it makes no sense whatsoever. And let's quickly run down. I did this in a community post, but we're going to do it here. I know this video is long. Grab a snack. So let's look at some of the things Shauna's claiming that she wants. Okay, this is how I'm trying to break it down for people who are not getting it. Let's list out some of the things that Shauna was claiming that she wants out of this. And then we will look at her actions and Brandy and Anora's actions and see if what they're doing could actually accomplish any of these things. Okay, 1. She claims that she just wants her kids' privacy protected. She doesn't want them online anymore. She doesn't want them in videos anymore. Okay, that's the first thing that she claimed that she wanted. But if she wanted that, she wouldn't be blasting their personal information on YouTube, for one. Okay, she wouldn't be spreading their text messages, talking about their mental health crisis, and all of this stuff if she was just concerned with their privacy. So what would be the motive for her spreading those things? To expose Alicia. So that is how I'm coming to the conclusion of what her motives and intentions are, because people keep telling me I have no way of knowing what her intentions are. But if you look at people's actions and what they're doing, you can come to a conclusion of what their intentions could be. And this is all just my opinion. But based on Shauna's actions, it seems to me that her sole intention is to get back at Alicia and expose Alicia. Her reasons for doing this on YouTube. That is the only answer that makes sense of why she's doing this on YouTube. So that's the first thing. We just debunked that because obviously if she only cared about keeping her kids' privacy, she would have never shared everything that she shared. The next thing that she said is she turned to everyone on YouTube because she needed to get help for her daughter, because nobody was helping her daughter, and that she also needed help to get her kids offline, either get her kids offline, get them out of that house, or get them back. Okay, so she's claiming she wants any of these things because she's just so desperate and in need of help. So again, let's go over her actions. Going to the Dad Challenge podcast and going to Onora to help her daughter. Well, her daughter was already in hospital when she was talking to these people and reaching out to them, right? She already had a restraining order against her for trying to steal her children from Alicia's house in the middle of the night. So how is Brandy and Anora getting her daughter help when her daughter was already in the hospital? Again, that debunked, falls flat, makes no sense. Her next one, she wants to get those kids out of the house. How is Onora, Brandy, and Josh going to help her get those kids out of the house? And how is doing this on YouTube going to help her get the kids into another home? Let's really think about this, guys. If Brandy and Josh and Onora really felt like they had to help her, if Shauna really felt like those were the only people she could turn to, it still doesn't need to be on YouTube. They can help her behind the scenes. If they had some kind of crazy, let's just play devil's advocate here, okay? That's what I'm doing. Even if they had a way to help her with these things that she wants, it still doesn't explain why they're doing it on YouTube. So again, the only conclusion that I can come to that makes sense is it's to expose Alicia, to destroy Alicia, to show everyone online that Alicia is horrible. Because, like I've said over and over again, all of the things that Shauna is claiming she wants, putting all of this on YouTube is not going to help her get these things. In fact, if she wants to get her kids back, putting all of this on YouTube is actually hurting her case. Brandy and Anora are actually hurting her chances of getting her children back, because she's potentially violating a restraining order and she's blasting her kids' stuff all over YouTube and making a big dramatic show in front of a judge. If all of the evidence of what Shauna's doing is presented to a judge, that is not going to help her in any way. It doesn't matter what she's claiming Alicia did. The judge is also going to look at her actions and how she responded, how she's handling things, and what she's doing to get her kids back. So Alicia could be the worst parent in the world. She could be the worst parent and be extremely negligent, but in front of a judge, that doesn't mean that Brandy's going to get them back. And it doesn't mean that she's going to look any better. She's going to look even worse by the way she's handling this whole situation. And you best believe all of the stuff that Shauna's doing online will most definitely be used in court, and it will be used against her. So Brandy and Anora are doing nothing but hurting her case, because guess what? Brandy and Anora don't actually care about anything but destroying Alicia. That's all Josh cares about. That's all Onora cares about. And it seems to me that's all Shauna cares about, and getting attention and money. Because why else would Shauna be putting on this whole show for YouTube? It does nothing to help her get her kids back. Why is she so determined to make sure people see how good she's doing? Is it to get money? Is she trying to prove to her audience? And I'm going to show you her tell people now it's her followers. She's claiming it's her followers too. Okay, so I'm going to show you some clips of Shauna real quick. This is getting long, so I'm going to try to hurry it up. But let's take a look at some of the stuff that Shauna now has been sending Brandy and Anora to put on YouTube for her, okay? She's not making her own channel. Okay, it'd be one thing if she wanted to get on and show her journey of how you get your kids back, or what happens when you lose your kids, and her journey to recovery and trying to get them back. She's not doing that though.
Make a quick post. Hi everyone, I'm just getting online real quick to make a quick post that I am still fighting and I am still clean. Still sober, another day. And soon my kids will be back with me. It's not easy, I won't lie. Every day is a struggle. Every day is, I get a lot of hate for people that are supporting me, and you know, asking the question why my children got taken away in the first place. Well, I'm an addict.
That's not really an answer, Shauna. You don't get your kids taken away simply because you're an addict. Something else happened. And you're not giving the actual details of what you did and why you were charged with neglect and what you actually did that made social services take your kids. You're not being fully honest. And I think if you actually want to do better and move on and actually fix yourself, you should be transparent. And why don't you tell everybody the real reason of why your kids were taken and what you actually did? Brandy claims that Shauna told her the exact reason why the kids were taken. And for some reason, conveniently, Brandy is protecting Shauna, and she doesn't want to reveal why the kids were taken away. And if Brandy knows what I know, well, then she is intentionally keeping that hidden because it'll make Shauna look bad. But she didn't give N that same respect, did she? Shauna and Brandy are so concerned with hiding why Shauna lost her kids, but they have no problem blasting N's mental health if it makes Alicia look bad. They will do anything and blast anything that makes Alicia look bad. But since Shauna is on their side, Brandy wants to protect her. Instead of being transparent, Shauna wants to do all of this publicly. Well, then she should be transparent and actually tell everybody the details of why her kids were taken and take true accountability for each of those reasons. You guys have to remember, any of you who have dealt with CPS, you know, CPS does not want to take your children, okay? They don't take that lightly. They don't just take your children for no reason, okay? Even if you did something wrong, if CPS is involved, they will try to either make a safety plan, get you counseling, parenting classes, all this. Like, they will try and do things to prevent you from losing your kids. If you're to the point where your kids are taken away and you're charged with neglect, it's very bad. It is not a minor thing. It wasn't just because you're an addict. That is dishonest, and you guys are misleading people with that.
And I messed up, but I am staying clean, and I am going. The video cut off, but I'm now at the DSS building, and I was in the process of saying that I am staying clean and I am attending group. When I leave here, I am going to get a test done, and I am willing to 3 days a week take drug tests and get that all stacked up.
I am so happy that Shauna is now clean and getting clean drug tests 3 times a week. But I also have a question. Where are all the drug tests from the last year and a half? Did you just start taking them now? Were they dirty the last year and a half, or were you not taking them? I just want to know. And I think it's a valid question to ask Shauna where these drug tests are. Like, was she taking drug tests 3 times a week over the last year? And if no, why not? Was she still using, or was she just not taking the drug tests and following the guidelines and what she was supposed to be doing? I'm just curious. But the problem is, even asking a simple question in their chat, if you ask anything, they block you and time you out. You're not even allowed to ask questions.
So when I go back to court in May, the judge can see I am doing what I need to do. As far as funding goes, there is no money coming to me. I'm not asking for money. I was asking for help with an attorney, but I don't need that. My court-appointed attorney is doing a great job. And as far as housing goes, I just needed help finding a place that's affordable. Not for me to have money to, not for anyone to pay for a place for me. Yeah, so I'm looking for affordable housing in school districts so my son and my daughter can get back to where they were. They were attending school district for 10 years until a year ago. So, yeah, I will message or send a video again soon.
Okay, this is the first video that Shauna sent to Onora and Brandy to post to, make a big show of everything. And I actually saw quite a few issues with this video. And again, I will say, since Shauna has made herself a public figure, I now have a right to do commentary on her public videos. One of the issues is she said what school district she wants the kids to go to and return to publicly. Why is that okay? Again, blasting more personal business. I had to edit that out. Also, I don't think a lot of people have realized this, but Shauna has been making quite a stink in multiple places about returning her kids to this school district for some reason. Okay, yes, I get it. They have been in the school for 10 years or whatever, and she has a right to put them wherever she wants. But I thought it was interesting because her kids have been in the school that they're at now for over a year. So I think it's interesting that she wants to take them out of that school and make them, remove them again, and make them transition and go back to somewhere else. you would think that, she would want to move closer into that school district they're at now so that they don't have to change schools again, because the kids are happy from what I know and have heard. The kids like their school and their life and friends that they have made over the last year. So it's weird to me that she's making such a fuss about ripping them out of the school they're in now. I mean, why not just let them stay in the school they're in? If she's looking for a place, it would be a much easier transition for her children to go live there and let them keep attending school where they are. Because, having to move kids around this much, they need stability, and they've already had to change schools when they came to live with Alicia. So I would just think that Shauna would want to make the transition as smooth and easy as possible for the kids, just a thought, just my opinion. But also, if you notice, she's very focused on the hate that she's getting. The video seemed all me. The hate I'm getting, it's been hard for me, blah, blah, blah. Nothing about her kids in that video. Nothing about the struggle that her kids have been going through because of her actions. Nothing about the hate that her children are getting online. Nothing about the horrible things that Onora has said about her children. Nothing about the horrible things people on Reddit and comment sections and all the hate and trauma that her children have been going through. It's all about all the hate and trauma that she's dealing with now that she has chosen to put herself online and do this whole big show for everybody. And now she's upset that people don't agree with what she's doing. It's like, well, what did you think was going to happen when you get online and blast all of your kids' personal business while saying that Alicia's doing it? It's the hypocrisy for everybody. I can't tell people what to share about their kids. I always say that on my channel. I can't tell people what to share about their kids. It's not my kids. If she feels like she needs to share information about them, unfortunately, that's every parent's choice, whether we agree with it or not. But it's the hypocrisy for me. It's the hypocrisy of them being able to do it while condemning Alicia. And I want to say, again, Shauna's actions and behaviors in this whole thing is just very telling to me personally. I don't know about you guys, but what I see is a woman who is being very selfish, and she doesn't seem to actually understand how she hurt her children. She's making all these videos and doing all this on YouTube, right, to make herself look good, make sure people think that she's, learned her lesson and doing better. But if you guys think about it, what has she done or said to actually show everyone that she understands how she hurt her children? She hasn't shown any remorse. She hasn't taken any actual accountability. She hasn't made any videos talking about what her kids had to go through because they were ripped away from her because of her actions. The reason why they are with Alicia in the first place is because of Shauna's actions. They went through a lot of, hard situations before they even got to Alicia. And because of Shauna's actions, they had to be uprooted, taken out of the only home they knew, away from their mother, put into a family with a bunch of kids they don't know, start a new school, adjust to an entire new life in a different area. And Shauna doesn't even seem to understand how much she actually hurt her children, because she hasn't said anything about that. She hasn't said anything about how sorry she is for all the trauma and bad shit that she put her kids through. It seems like it's only about making people believe that she's doing better. And again, not trying to mom shame her. I'm just observing her behaviors and actions here, okay? She spends all these nights hanging out in live chats, being petty, while all these women trash Alicia, the woman who's been taking care of her children for over a year, and she's hanging out and she's trying to make everybody get on her side and putting on this big show. But does she really understand what she did to her kids? Does she really feel like the remorse, and does she really actually feel the pain that her kids had to go through because of what she did? It doesn't seem like she even realizes how much she hurt her children. That's what I want to see. If she's so interested in getting, the public's approval, for me personally, what I would need to see is some actual remorse and accountability and understanding of how she turned her children's life upside down and caused them pain and trauma that no child should go through. Being taken away from your mom and home is not a joke. It's serious, it's traumatic, and it's hard living a life as a foster kid. And I just feel like if, she wasn't being selfish, she would understand that she's already put her kids through enough trauma with her actions. Why does she want to put them through more trauma and suffering and chaos by fighting with Alicia publicly? That only hurts her kids more. It's like, haven't your kids been through enough? Haven't they been through enough, for fuck's sake? Why are you doing this publicly and making everything worse? It's just awful. What was the purpose of this video, everybody? Let's think about it. How is this helping her get her kids back? How is this helping her accomplish everything she needs to do in order to be reunited with her children? It's not. So the only conclusion that I can come to of why she's doing this is for attention, to get money, and to get back at Alicia and help expose and destroy Alicia. Like, this video has nothing to do with getting her kids back because it doesn't help her get her kids back in any way. If she needs to make videos for the judge, then why are they on YouTube? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what answer and excuse they give, none of it makes sense of why it's on YouTube. Also, if you heard, she said she's not looking for any money, when originally they did say they were making GoFundMe for her for a new lawyer and to buy a place for her. They did say that. And then in this video, she's saying she doesn't need any money. Well, that changed very, very quickly. Now, Shauna is still making videos. And Brandy was live with Onora the other night. And Shauna sent her a message while they were live asking everyone to set up a GoFundMe fundraiser for her so she can get a down payment on a house. Okay, so now she is asking for money. The story keeps changing, guys. She's claiming that she needs a safe place in a permanent forever home for her and her children in order to guarantee placement. So she's telling everybody that she needs to have this house in order to get her kids. And again, we have more lying and deception coming from Shauna, because no, she doesn't just need a home to guarantee placement. She has to meet a very specific list of requirements to get her kids back. Okay, and she has to do it herself. She needs to have a proper housing for her kids. She has to have a job. She has to stay clean. And the thing is, she needs to do it on her own. And that's why everybody was huffing and puffing and calling Alicia greedy for not wanting to help her with food. But the thing is, from what I have heard and know, the judge wants Shauna to do this on her own. Donations and a down payment for a modular home is not going to get her kids back. She needs to get her place herself. She needs to prove that she has a sustainable income to take care of the kids. Donations are not an income. She can have a job, yes, but you cannot be buying housing for her. She has to get it herself. Let's just take a look at what Shauna's asking for really quick in this live stream, because I'm like, I knew it. This is about money. And Shauna is really, really invested in this con, because now she's making videos showing herself taking drug tests in front of the building. You know, I'm in front of the building about to take a drug test. I'm in front of this building about to go to a NA meeting. She's claiming she's taking parenting classes. So now she's sending them all these videos to show that she's doing what she needs to do. But how is putting it on YouTube going to help her? Like, what is the point of that? What is the actual point of telling her followers? And I thought it was very interesting how she calls them her followers now. Like, she doesn't need the approval of Anora's subscribers to get her kids back, but she would need their approval if she wanted to get their money. Just a thought.
I gotta go to messages because Shauna just sent me a message. Hold on.
Okay. I quit supporting Lush after hearing Shauna tell her truth and seeing the truth about Lush. Way to go, Shauna. Thank you, Angel. Thank you so much.
Okay, she said, I was not going to ask for any money, and the person that said they were starting a GoFundMe was completely opposite direction, Team Lush. I really believe that Lady Donna was Team Lush all along and was just trying to get my followers or our followers.
Wait a minute. My followers was just trying to get my followers or our followers? Since when are these Shauna's followers? It seems to me like Shauna wants to have her own social media presence and followers. I think she's jealous of Alicia's YouTube success and career. And I kind of have a little opinion conspiracy that if Shauna got her kids back, I could see her, you know, starting a vlog channel and a TikTok and doing TikToks with her kids and stuff. It seems like she wants to be an influencer now. Very interesting. I caught that little snippet right there.
On her site and try to turn everyone against me anyway. I have no pride when it comes to my children, so I'm asking Brandy to please start a GoFundMe for the only purpose of a down payment, a 20% down payment on a 3-bedroom manufacturer home in Canada. I need a safe place and home forever home for me and my kids. Can you please help me with this?
Absolutely. I can only listen for a bit, but I got a few things to do. Okay. Yeah, we'll see what we can work on.
Yes.
Are you looking to rent or to buy?
Try to talk to her and check in with her at least a couple times a day. If I don't hear from her for a little while, then I message her.
Am I the only one that hears some hesitation in Anora's voice? Am I the only one that sees a red flag popping up in Anora's head? She seems a little hesitant, a little unsure, a little sus. I don't know. Maybe reaching, maybe not. That's just a vibe I'm getting. Let me know down below if you're getting that vibe. It seems like Onora isn't too sure about this. Interesting.
I'll show you.
That's what I'm curious, to buy or to rent. Stop.
So I am requesting that because my manufactured home is very, very inexpensive and I only receive my disability once a month on the 3rd. Shauna, we'll talk more about it, honey.
Yeah.
Need this to guarantee placement back with me in May when I go to court. If I don't talk to you tonight, I will talk to you about it in the morning.
Okay, so as you guys can see, Shauna is looking for a down payment for a modular home. She says she's on SSI and only gets 1 monthly payment, which I have a lot of thoughts about her being on SSI and trying to say she's getting a job and her modular home and down payment and all this stuff. Listen, I'm not going to get into all that because truly it's none of my business. But I will say that there's a lot that goes into working and buying a home and all this stuff when you are on Social Security. There are also programs that you can try to apply for to help with down payments and getting loans. And there's also affordable housing that you can apply for that make your rent based on your SSI income. So there's a lot of options out there that they can try before asking for people's money. Now, I'm not saying she would get them. Sometimes it's hard to get that stuff, but there are options that they could all be trying before they make a GoFundMe and get thousands of dollars from people, okay? So I'm not really sure what game they're playing here, but this all seems very sus to me. It seems like a scam, and I'm not sure why she's now asking for money. She's saying she needs it to guarantee placement. I would just say, be careful who you donate to. Be careful who you give your money to. You don't know people's intentions. You don't know this woman from a hole in the wall. Okay? It looks like she's using her children and this situation to get money from people. And if she is doing that, that's really sad. And it's crazy to me that these women are backing Shauna and so supportive of Shauna and her situation just because they want to expose Alicia. But Shauna is not very different than any other woman who needs money to support her children, if you think about it. And I don't hate Shauna, okay? I'm glad that she's clean and sober. If she is clean and sober, that's amazing. And you know what? If she needs to make money online is an option. Making money online is an option. And this is where it gets kind of interesting, you guys, okay? So Shauna could, I think, if I was going to give idea just to try to be helpful and not just be hating on people, because I'm never here to hate and to bash and to, not support moms and women taking care of their children. If I could give an idea, I would say that Shauna should make her own channel. She should make her own channel, and she could share her journey of recovery, addiction, losing her children, getting them back, what she's doing to get them back, share her story, share her life, vlog. And yes, it takes a little while to be monetized, but she has the community and followers and support of Brandy and Anora and the Dad Challenge podcast, right? So I'm sure all of those followers would go support her channel. And if they want to donate to her, they can. At least she would be doing it on her own channel and actually providing content. And it wouldn't be just this woman trying to just expose and get back at Alicia. And it wouldn't be people just donating to a GoFundMe because they want to expose Alicia. So, and it's interesting to me because they have so much empathy and compassion for this single mother who's trying to get her life back together and make money to take care of her kids, right? They have so much compassion for her. Yet, that entire community, Josh, Onora, Brandy, so many other people, drag mothers every day who go online to try to make money for their family. Shauna is clearly in a predicament where she needs money, she needs housing, she needs to get her life together so she can support her family, right? And they seem to just be all for that and want to help her. But can they not see why women would look to vlogging and making money online in order to support their family? There are so many women, no different than Shauna, that are in sticky situations or having trouble getting a job or having trouble with daycare. Like that has been my whole thing from the beginning, okay, is none of these people kind of give a second thought to why single moms, Josh loves to drag single moms who get online and vlog their kids and are making money online, but they never actually stop to think about why women are doing that in the first place, right? Because women like Shauna every day need to make money for their families for whatever reason it is. Either their husband's not making enough money, they need two incomes, they're like Shauna and trying to get back to, trying to be in recovery and make money to get their kids back. Shauna is not like an isolated incident. All of these women who look to the internet to make money, which Shauna is doing, she's looking to the internet to make money, except she's scamming people and lying and doing a GoFundMe, right? But that is more righteous. That is morally superior to women who get online and vlog their life and share their pregnancy journeys, share their adoption journeys, share life with toddlers, life with babies, life with teenagers, life with autistic kids, life with special needs kids. All of these women that they shame every single day are only trying to make money to support their family, right? Just like Shauna is claiming she wants to do. So they only have compassion for Shauna because they want to destroy Alicia. Can they not see how so many women are just like Shauna? If Shauna was to start vlogging, okay, let's picture this. Say Shauna needs to make money. She's like, okay, I'm going to start vlogging. I'm going to make my own channel. I'm going to show my recovery, my addiction. I'm going to show my journey getting my kids back. And then when I get my kids back, I'm going to vlog my life with my kids. I'm going to vlog my life as a recovering addict and how I work every day to stay sober and how I take care of my kids while doing it. They would drag that woman till the cows come home. They would try to destroy her life. They would mom shame her and they would hate. And I hope everybody can understand where I'm coming from. Even if you're against mommy vloggers, right? You're against mommy vloggers and you're watching this, like, maybe you can take a second to think the reasoning behind why so many women are looking to the internet to make money. Women like Shauna, women like Alicia, women like all the other vloggers who are trying to support their family and they don't have a lot of options. And do you know why? First of all, there's not very many options out there for women in general, unless you have a degree. The options are not that great for women, okay? And then if you have multiple children, okay, and you have to worry about now, either if you're a single mom, you have to worry about daycare, after school care. You have to worry about, even if you are a two-parent household, if both of you work, the woman is usually the main caretaker. And someone like Alicia, okay, say her husband only worked and she has all these kids, okay, and she needs to get a job. Like everyone tells her, go get a real job. Who's going to watch the kids after school? It's not that easy to find work within the hours of school. And even then, there's a lot of days off, parent-teacher conferences. Then the kids need to go here and there, soccer, dance, their friends. It is actually very hard for mothers to work outside of the household. Daycare is extremely expensive. If somebody like Shauna had toddlers that weren't even in school, how would she work? If Shauna had toddlers to take care of, how would they expect her to go get a job and pay for daycare? Daycare, some people don't even make enough money to pay for the daycare. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? So maybe instead of just having compassion for Shauna because she's exposing Alicia, maybe they should stop and have some compassion for all the moms and women out there who look to the internet because they get to stay home. That is why so many mommy vloggers are trying to make money, and that is why everyone's trying to become a mommy vlogger. Women, and not just mommy vlogger, commentary channel, whatever, women in general. That is why they are trying to make money online in the first place. Because it is extremely hard to make money outside of your house. If you're making money online, you don't have to leave your house. You have your kids. You don't have to worry about daycare. You can work your own hours within the school hours. Like, It's crazy to me how they want to help this woman so bad and have compassion for her, yet they can't have an ounce of compassion for Alicia and even understand for a second why she looked to the internet to make money so she could have another income for her household to take care of her kids while still being the main caretaker of her children. Why is it so easy for them to understand Shauna's situation, but not Alicia's? Or any of the women Josh bashes, the single moms that he bashes, Jess Fam, for example, who was a single mother and built her life for her kids and give them an amazing life because she was able to make it online and make herself very successful. Okay? A lot of these mommy vloggers, they don't have malicious intentions. They're not out to exploit their children, and they're not out to harm their children. A lot of you need to understand most of these women are looking to the internet to make money because they don't have very many other options and they need an income. So maybe instead of Shauna using Onora's channel to expose Alicia, maybe she should make her own channel and become a mommy vlogger too, because she can do that. And what are they going to say? Are they going to support that? Probably. If it means exposing Alicia, they probably would not even care if she became a mommy vlogger, because they didn't care when she exposed N's personal information, her mental health, her private text messages. As long as it's in the name of exposing Alicia and exploitation, it's allowed, right? The hypocrisy with these people is endless, you guys. It's freaking endless. Anyway, I'm sorry this is so long. I did not mean it to be, but you know, I talk a lot. But that was just some food for thought. People can donate to Shauna on her own channel, and she can vlog her entire journey of what she's going through right now, and people can watch, they can follow along, they can donate, and they can support her if they wanted to. Okay, I'm not saying that I want her to do that. I'm just saying that is an option that they're not considering because they hate mommy vloggers, even though they're not realizing that so many women just like Shauna go to the internet to make money because they're in situations where they need a freaking income, and it's hard to make it in this damn world trying to make money and support your children. So that's all I got to say for this video. Let me know what you think down below, and I will see you in my next one. I got a lot of videos planned. Let's hope my children let me record them. Bye, guys.